Today, I want to talk to you about challenging yourself. Often, we step out there into the world, into the society, which is quite busy, and it's easy to get lost in all of it. When we step into a work environment, wherever we go on a daily basis, it's easy to think of ourselves as simply going through such a routine that it gets monotonous, it becomes unfulfilling, it really tears us apart. And so my message today is, do not be afraid to challenge yourself. Do not be afraid to look beyond the confines and the limitations of the environment that hold you back from, blooming, just becoming the very best that you can be. Sometimes it's easy for us to think that we can't do better than our present circumstances. But I want you to understand that that's a lie. It is such a lie. And it's time we begin to tell ourselves that, we can do so much more than people expect of us. We can do so much more than the attitude that we get, than the shortcomings that are thrown at us day in and day out. Do not be afraid to dream. In fact, I dare you to dream bigger, bigger than the salary that you look forward to on a monthly basis, that sometimes barely has the capacity to make ends meet. I challenge you, or I dare you, to think about all the innate abilities that you have. Think about the influences that you have. Think about what makes you unique and what makes you valued in the circles that you are highly valued in. Think about those things and allow those things to occupy the forefront of your mind. You see, what happens many times is when we allow the negatives that surround us, or the negatives that are thrown at us on a daily basis, it's easy for us to wallow in those negatives. We wallow in them to such an extent that they become our truth, but they are nothing but lies. If we look at ourselves inwardly, if we take time to see what separates us from everybody else and to see what makes us glow, and we dwell on those things, we think on the pure and the good and the perfect things, imagine how much more at peace we will be with ourselves and in our circumstances. Imagine how many doors we would be able to open because we would not be afraid to challenge ourselves. And so, this is what I want to share today, really. Challenge yourself. I have challenged myself so many times that it has really brought me to a place that I never imagined that I would be. And I am so grateful that I never allowed the negative opinions of me. I've never allowed the mistakes that I've made to really just, be the thing that controls and guides and directs and decides where I go, how far I go. I'm thankful that I dug really, really deeply to see who I am. And so I challenge you, see who you are. Sometimes it's necessary to cut off and cut loose the people around us that do not have a positive impact, because we cannot afford to not have positivity in our lives. We cannot afford it. Sometimes we need to even look at that circle and begin to change up that circle, the circle of influence. And you'll find that the more you surround yourself with positivity, is the higher you are willing to leap. You are going to take leaps. You're going to surpass boundaries. You're even going to shock many of the persons who may have themselves decided for themselves that you cannot go far, you cannot go beyond the limit that they have set for you. So just like I've challenged me, and just like I've seen the success of thinking positively and not holding myself back, this is what I want to say to you. Dare to dream and dare to rise above people's opinions of you and see yourself for the gem that you are. See yourself, see your innermost worth, and allow that to take occupancy in your mind and to begin to shape and revolutionize the way you live your life.